Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Salih Hasim Basaruddin, and this is the video on how Etihad Cargo surviving through the pandemic, and this video is for the subject LOG 2633. So the first question is, based on my reading, network carrier is an air service that operate using schedule from one main airport to another main airport. This network carrier also using a big size of aircraft so that it can bring many cargo inside it. Network carrier also suitable for the long haul distance. For example, Etihad Cargo, which is the network carrier, will provide cargo services between Abu Dhabi and Australia. In other words, we can say that network carrier is provide an airport to airport services that will make it easier for all shippers to use these as cargo services. Other example is Bangladesh is the country that produce textile, so the demand is really high that come from many other countries including Abu Dhabi. Because of Bangladesh is produce high quality textile, it is the work for network carrier, which is Etihad Cargo, to bring all the textile to Abu Dhabi because of the lower deck that is bigger than we compare with the low cost carrier. So that's all about the network carrier. Now we talk about how the integrated cargo network operate. So integrated cargo network operate is by facilitate bidirectional trade. This is because it was to make sure the further the integrated cargo to continuity supply goods according to the agreement made. For example, Etihad Cargo deliver essential supply to the Australia from Abu Dhabi and deliver fresh import to the Abu Dhabi from Australia. Question number 2. So freight forwarder is the party that has been hired by the shipper to make all their work for the shipment of goods. So what is the idea of low cost carrier that able to provide more services toward the freight forwarder is offer a service of shipping product to non-main hub location. By giving this service to freight forwarder, they can ship to the freight forwarder can ship a product to the non-main hub where network carrier couldn't provide these services to the freight forwarder, because as we know, network carrier is the carrier that only provide services from main hub to another main hub. So from here, the transportation cost can be reduced because the goods directly to its destination. For example, low cost carrier that give these services to freight forwarder in Malaysia is Air Asia. The idea of low cost carrier also provides services that ship goods in the short haul or medium haul. As a middle party, freight forwarder sometimes dealing with shipper that want to ship goods for short haul or short distance. When a low cost idea exists, it makes freight forwarder can use these services to ship the goods for shipper at the right place for the short distance. For example, from KLIA to Krabi Airport. Low cost carrier also will provide more services to the freight forwarder by accepting passenger and cargo at the same time. As we know, in Malaysia, Air Asia before only accepting and pick up the passenger, but nowadays it changed the way from pick up only passenger, now it accept the passenger and cargo at the same time. When the idea to accept passenger and cargo at the same time exists, freight forwarder can use these services to provide the freight forwarder can use these services provide to travel to the country for business purpose and also deliver the goods for the consumer. Question 3. From my understanding, the cargo product is not a physical product but only a services that offered by the airline so that customer can find the useful of airline. So the first Etihad Cargo product is safety. Why safety is the Etihad Cargo product that can encourage shipper to use air freight services is because this product can guarantee the safety of goods that need to be shipped, whether import or export. Thus, this product has a special handling toward the goods, so shipper will be more satisfied with Etihad Cargo product that offered to them. For example, To deliver an essential supply to Australia, Etihad Cargo has offered cargo product which is safety to them to make sure that essential supplies arrive to Australia in the safe condition. Next, the Etihad Cargo product is aircraft type. As we can see, Etihad Cargo is a network carrier which that has a big capacity and can load many goods in it. So it's really suitable for those shipper who wants to deliver or ship a goods with a big scale. For example, Etihad is operated a D-body aircraft with a sizable lower deck for cargo shipment, which is more bigger than compared with the low-cost carrier. After that, Etihad Cargo product is in-flight cabin services. This product will offer a different type of service towards the consumer. For example, luxury, mid-range, low-cost and no-frill, shuttle and charter. It is because Etihad Cargo wants to make sure their consumer get the right services at the right price with their budget and purposes. In this case, shipper also can choose which of the type and services depends to their budget in their logistic businesses. Question 4. So, in my opinion, the way that we could do to gaining back demand from consumer is involving technology. By bringing or introduce a new technology and services in the market, it will make customer more curious about it. Plus, everyone now is trying to save the environment, and what Etihad Cargo do is creating technology that helping environment to survive. For example, Etihad Cargo now is no longer used to always to ship the aerial bill, which is using paper, but they change it to the new electronic data so that they can save the world. Because of this technology, demand from consumer can be increased. To gaining demand also is by e-commerce. E-commerce is helping user of air freight to use their services because they can just go through online. By doing this also will simplify procedure and speed up the process for the both party, which is the airline and the shipper or consumer. For example, if consumer wants to book their Etihad Cargo flight ticket or freight services, they can just book it online on the official platform of Etihad Cargo. And the next point is compliance. Compliance will show the image towards someone or organization because it will prove if they can be trusted or not. When the air cargo can show this compliance, it will be the factor of increased demand of consumer because users start to believe air freight services. For example, the Etihad Cargo is airline company that show its compliance toward Australia agreement. Question 5. So, there's many things actually that we can relate between GDP and air cargo demand, which is the first one, GDP can determine the amount of shipment for air cargo. GDP is showing the productivity of the country. When demand for the domestic product get increased, it will also increase the demand of air cargo to ship the goods for exporting. As example, Etihad Cargo export the essential product which is GDP from Abu Dhabi to Australia market because they got high demand from Australia in the Australia agreement. GDP also increased the e-commerce demand for air cargo. E-commerce is one of the most important platform for air cargo to market their services. When demand for GDP increase, it will make air cargo e-commerce demand increase because consumer will search the simple way to ship goods for them. So air cargo e-commerce can be promoted to the consumer, and consumer can book shipping cargo using air cargo online website. For example, the higher GDP in this pandemic, the higher e-commerce demand for air cargo. GDP also can relate to decreases of air cargo demand. It is because if production produced is in low quantity, so the demand for the product also will decrease. Air cargo services also will affect because consumer did not use air cargo services. For example, the lower GDP is the lower demand for air cargo.